What's good, Raider Nation? Today, I'm going to be going over trade down possibilities for the Oakland Raiders at the number 4 overall pick. Typically, teams looking to move into the top 5 will be targeting a quarterback. Some possible quarterback prospects that might be around at pick number 4 would be Kyler Murray from the University of Oklahoma, Dwayne Haskins from the University of Ohio State, Drew Lock from the University of Missouri, as well as possibly Daniel Jones from the University of Duke. Some teams that might be interested in trading up to number 4 would include the Detroit Lions, who hold the 8th pick. They do have an established quarterback in Matthew Stafford. However, that situation has kind of plateaued over the last few years, and it might be time for, someone else to take over the helm in a few years. Denver at number 10, who currently have Joe Flacco on their roster. I don't see this being a high possibility because I don't see John Gruden wanting to help his division rival. The Cincinnati Bengals at pick 11, they have Andy Dalton, and this is his last year under his current deal. They also have a new head coach, young offensive-minded head coach, Zach Taylor. Next up would be the Miami Dolphins, who pick at 13. And then the Washington Redskins, who pick at 15. Now, all these teams have been linked from the media to have a meeting or a private workout with Dwayne Haskins as well as Drew Lock, Murray in most cases as well, and Daniel Jones with some teams as well. So first up is the Detroit Lions. I don't know how active they would be in trading up because all the teams we're about to mention later would have to jump them to get the quarterback. So they might just want to stand hold. Also, they don't have multiple picks in the top 3 rounds this year or next. But they could still move up. So if we were to expect something like the Sam Darnold trade, which was for the number 6 overall pick 37, 49 plus a second rounder, that's a 1, a high 2, high 3, and a future 2. So with that, with Detroit, that'd be their 8th pick, the 43rd, as well as their third rounder pick 88, excuse me. So as well as a future 2. That's what you would expect if it was the same as the Darnold deal. I don't know if they would do that because, like I said, they don't have multiple picks in the draft. So maybe you could do the 8th and their second rounder in a future one. Maybe that would get it done. But I just don't know how aggressive Detroit would be in trading up for quarterback when they might feel one might fall in their. When examining the Cincinnati Bengals, it makes sense that they might be aggressive in targeting a quarterback. Andy Dalton is in the final year of his deal. And they have a rookie head coach, Zach Taylor, who's offensive-minded. They could offer the number 11 pick 42, as well as 72, as well as a future 2. That would make it comparable to Sam Darnold's deal. Now, in return, I could see the Raiders giving up an additional 4th rounder on top of the 4th overall. That would be pick 106. The reason why I think they would do this is because pick 42 and pick 72 are relatively early in round 2 and round 3. Next up would be the Washington Redskins. Now, I think this team would be the most likely to trade up and move up for a quarterback, considering they don't have a young one on the roster that they can really build around. They have 3 veterans that all have their own problems, whether it's health, production, or age. Also, there's the brother connection, Gruden to Gruden. So I could see them being open in talks and really trying to find a middle ground to help each team get what they want. Now, one of the reasons why it might not be so likely is because it is pick 15 that Washington has, and I don't know if the Raiders would be willing to move that far back if they didn't think they could get a quality impact starter to help them immediately. But if they did decide to make a move, I could see Washington trading 15th overall, pick 46, pick 76, and a future 2. They're more likely to give up those 3 consecutive picks in the first, second, third round, in my mind, because they also have an additional third in this year's class. So if they did still make this deal, they could get their quarterback and still have a third-round pick in this year's draft, a fourth, so on. So they could still supplement the team to make it work. Like I said, the only thing that would really maybe make this not happen is if the Raiders didn't want to move back that far. But there's plenty of prospects that could help the Raiders. They could get like a Hawkinson there, a Devin Bush, Ed Oliver, Noah Fant, Sweat, Brian Burns, Christian Wilkins. All those guys in that range would help them immediately. So I think this is a trade that could happen. I really do think it could happen. The Grudens could strike something together that could help both teams in the short term and in the long term.